Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to Factorio and Break the Game. My name is Root Negative and here we are, we're playing Fly Swat. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, shit. Come on. Cause, oh shit, I'm deconstructing all the things now. Oh no.
Alright, get him as a charge.
This idea wasn't so great, Zenith. just by the way. What we're doing right now, apart from playing silly buggers, is we're trying to work on the furnace. Oh, I'm getting some of them. Come on, come on. And I've air gapped it from the main base. Come on, work. So that means that the main base now is unable to connect with this little furnace area. Oh, come on. How many are there?
There's a few.
Son of a bitch. Where are you?
I'm down catching him down here.
Are you sure?
Actually, they'll go into the roboports here as well once they're finished. So we can just get them off these roboports.
I can't catch them. The little bastards are too quick.
That's right, when they're done they should all come down.
Oops. Yeah. I balls. I done goofed.
Goofed up. Yeah, got them all here.
You do? Are you sure? Did they come all the way back?
Yep. And they're just going into these two roboports.
Well, that worked out quite well then, didn't it?
Okay, so there is still 100 in the system somewhere.
Aha. Here's two. Oh dear, what are you doing?
Oh, you've got the personal roboport on.
For fuck's sake.
Here they come.
Ah dear. Okay. Until further notice, I'm not going to have the roboport on.
Now, hopefully this will bring all of them to us.
That's not enough. There's still 72 out there. There is. Man, this is why I don't like fishing.
Yeah.
I hate fishing. Have we got more? There's still four.
Yeah. Where are you going, you bastards?
Have we got?
We got them all.
0. Yes. Next question. Where are all the logistics bots? Because we still want them in the system. Are you carrying them by chance?
I've got some, yes. Quite a few.
Okay. We'll throw them back in and we'll talk a little bit about the furnace and the changes that I've made. Now you'll notice that there's green wires running everywhere right now. And the green wires are for a very, very good reason. Now, Colonel Will said something to me the other day that I thought was particularly odd. And I didn't really realise what he meant, so I didn't think too much about it. But I was like, yeah, well, I could probably work this idea into the factory. And, you know, just do it because he said it was a good idea. Not necessarily because I thought it was a good idea. Now, there's some concrete missing somewhere around here. There was. So that idea was the ability to turn the factory on and off. And Will did it in a fairly coarse way. He just stopped his trains from running, and that's how he turns his factory off and on. But we're going to do ours in a little bit of a nicer way. It's an idea I have called the control panel. Now basically what's going to happen is we're going to have a whole bunch of steel chests, okay, a whole bunch of lights, and they're going to be plugged in at some stage, and in front of them there's going to be a whole bunch of constant combinators. Now in each of these we're going to have a good, for example, right, and a constant combinator in each. Now what's going to happen is we're going to have these hooked up back into the factory like this, and what we're going to be able to do is go along the different switches and say, okay, well I want to have everything going, so all of these will be switched on. So for example, if I want to switch on steel, and this is how I've set it up, if I want to, switch on iron, all I do is put in a constant output of iron plated 1, that goes back to the factory, and it switches on the output for the iron furnaces way over here. Same thing for copper, and we'll implement this for every step of the factory. So for green circuits, for red circuits, for blue circuits, for speed modules, each step of the factory will have an on-off switch, and it'll go into a big control panel, and basically just be an area where we've got all of this kind of set out, where we can turn certain parts of the factory off if we want to. We can stop the ore input if we need to work on a line somewhere. We can hold the factory, just stop production, let the factory clear its own line, and then we can work away. Because there's a couple of reasons. The first one I can think of is the volumes are so large that trying to work in a factory that's running at 50k per minute could be problematic. Have you got any other reasons, do you think, Zedith?
It's cool.
It's cool, yeah. Aesthetics?
No. Yeah, I like being able to control the factory and knowing exactly what's happening, shutting down things if you need to alter them or whatever. So, and especially because, I mean, we are going for such a big build. If we need to alter something, we can shut it down and try a different rig.
Rightio. So, for the remainder of this episode, what do you want to do? What do you want to work on? Oh, let's go have a look at the junction you put in, because I did all this wiring. It took me a couple of hours. I also did it here. So again, we can control the ore output. So for example, we're going to try a different belt balancer. Unlikely, but say for example we do, or we just want to stop ore input. We can just send out the signal and it'll shut it down. But yes, the junction. Do you want to run us through it? Because
okay.
You were working on this.
Yeah, the one we were doing in the previous episode was...
I don't have enough zoom.
It wasn't great, and we ran into a few issues where we couldn't play signals and whatnot. So I went away, and this is what I've come up with. And this allows the trains coming from either direction on the 8-lane rail to enter any of the 8 lines going into the stackers. So trains can get wherever they need, and we sort of figure that there's not going to be much traffic going through this centre bit here. So we've just left chain signals the whole way through the intersection, and we don't think there's going to be much of a backlog, especially because you are running 8 rails. I mean, you would need... And we don't particularly want things waiting in these kind of intermediate paths. Like, we would like them to wait back here, out of the junction if we can. But with this comes kind of 2 major considerations. Number one, we need to move the yard. We've known about that for a little while, but then there's something else that I noticed. Ideally, this 8-lane main bus will run directly south. And to do that, we'll have to deconstruct large areas of the starter base, including the iron and copper unload stations, which, yeah, will be a bit of a task, but, you know, that's what we've got to do. It is what it is, you know. So, what next? Do we actually, while we're working with rails, oh my god, I've got a few construction bots on me. While we're working on rails, do we want to work on putting the outflows in? Yeah.
Pinning them into the main line?
Let's do it.
Because this is in a really awkward situation right now.
Now, I was thinking about this, and
Another one of your great ideas.
well, more an issue. Um, I think we need each line to be able to unload on the west and the east. And the reason I say that is if there is, say, there's an iron train coming in, it unloads and it wants to go east, it has to go all the way around to get there, and then it is going to be travelling through the centre of that big T intersection we just plugged in. So
if there's a copper train that wants to head east,
if there's an iron train that wants to head east, because originally we were just going to output the iron on the west and
yes,
the copper on the east.
yes. So what's the issue?
Well, if an iron train outputs on the west, and there's an iron mine all the way in the east, it's going to have to travel quite a distance to get there.
I see what you mean. Well, we'd spoken about how we were going to get around that. We're still planning to run the 4 lanes through that choke point and then to the south. So I think that's the best way of getting around that, because then we can run an 8-lane main line. So go down with a 4-lane into the 8-lane main line that will run east-west. Down there's currently a 2-lane.
Yeah, I like that.
It'll come into the 8-lane main line that heads south through our main base, and then there's going to be another 8-lane main line going out east, basically where it is right now.
Okay, I like that. Let's do that.
Because I get what you're saying, but to be able to do that, you'd have to ensure that the right train went to the right station to begin with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you'd have to either that or bring all the trains into one point and then split them out again, like we've done with the junction before the stations, so the trains can choose the right direction. Right now, the way the unload is built, it's all built to go to the left for the iron and built to go to the right for the copper. That looks quite pretty.
I like it.
You like it? I like it. Very nice. How much? It'll just work out too.
Nice. So these signals on the output are normal signals, of course.
Yep. Because the train can continue on its merry way from there. Now, we're assuming that this train wants to head north. Had you thought about that one?
Sure.
You hadn't. Okay. So here's what I propose. Making that work. Actually, it's gonna have to be down here a little bit way. Bit of wide.
Yeah.
But basically just, can we say back here a little bit? I went past it. I hated how I do that. There you go, past the one you want.
Yeah. I think that's probably the best way to go.
Yep.
And chain signal through there.
I'm such a dodo. Oh, I missed. I'm completely missed. I missed everything. And that's not far enough apart. Just
you continue
FYI.
what you're doing.
Yeah?
I'm going to try something else. But I'll blueprint it just in case it doesn't work.
With that?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you thinking?
I need my personal roboports on here. There might be a way of bending it so that we can do this in one go, but it might not work. So let's just...
Oh my god, that's a lot of rail. Oh, there it was. I go past it every single time. You almost need like a click and drag. So you can just be like, alright, I want the curve to go this way. And you click and you drag and get to it.
I know the devs were talking about something like that a while back. And it's definitely something I'd love to see.
Now, hopefully this works out this time around. We should have enough space to get it to go. Oops. Building rail is always so dodgy. So with this will mean that we'll have effective completion for copper. That's, I think, something to get excited about.
It's quite an achievement. It's taken us a while, but we've got there.
Oh, went past the right thing, for fuck's sake. I've done it 4 times in a row this episode. You'd think I'd learn, but no. Oh, I see what you're doing.
Just don't think we can fit. No, we can't. Alright, scrap that.
Scrap that. The only issue is that we're moving this junction now closer to the southern one, the big one.
Yeah,
that's my only problem with doing this. Which, it's something that we're not going to really see a problem with until we see a problem with it.
Till later, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's...
Actually, you know what? My method is possible if we widen these 2 rails a bit. So if it came in like this, it would be possible.
Is it desirable? That's the question.
Well, that way we're not going too close to this one down here, and that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, I'm concerned about that too, but this has got some good room actually. That's actually, hold on. Oh. Check this out, right?
Is that the 262?
That
Oh,
is the length of a 262.
wow.
So that is on the money right now.
It should be right then. We can change it later if we need to.
Yeah, well, you've got your idea, so you'll remember that, and if we need it, we can implement it. I think just for now, this is just the easy way.
Yeah. Oh, I've missed. What have I done? That's what I've done.
What did you do? Come on. Come on. Signals are so finicky sometimes.
What has happened here?
I don't know, what'd you do?
You've
gone over by one, dude.
Dude.
There's an extra rail out here, Coco. Hello? Hello?
There we go.
You got it? Excellent. I'm going to go back for some chain signals quickly. Do you need anything? I'll go shopping.
I'm good. I think.
Oh, I'm playing with advanced info off here. Good on me. Well, I think we might leave this episode here, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode as we continue to try and break the game.